The Crown's first witness is now testifying at Jian Ghomeshi's trial. The former CBC host has pleaded not guilty to 4 counts of sexual assault and 1 count of overcoming resistance by choking. CBC's James Murray is on the story. He joins me live from outside the courthouse. Bring me up to speed then, James. What's happening there?
Well, Suhanna, things move very quickly here when there's no jury involved. This is a judge-only trial, and so that means things like opening statements that often go on for a day or 2 at a time simply don't exist in this. So after some initial opening arguments, it was immediately to the witnesses in this case. And starting with one of the complainants who talked about a date she'd been on with Jian Ghomeshi, actually even before the date happened, she was driven home from an event by him. And even in the car, things became a little sexualized in a hurry as he asked her to undo some buttons on her clothing, and she sort of told the court that she'd said no. And then he grabbed her hair very hard. She said violently pulled on the hair. She said it felt like a rage that wasn't there before he did it. It was painful and sudden. The Crown asked the complainant, and what was he like after that? The complainant, he was like before. He was nice. I couldn't figure out if he meant to hurt me. Now, despite all of this, she did agree to actually see Jian Ghomeshi again, and later, days later, they were in his house in Toronto when again he went in behind her, and she says, he pulls my hair hard, harder than before, and he's punching me in the head, and I'm terrified. I don't know if he's going to stop. She said she was quite concerned that she would end up unconscious on the floor in his house. Again, after all of this happened, she said it was almost like a switch that went off, and the Crown is beginning to paint through this witness and through others we suspect to come a portrait of 2 Jian Ghomeshis. One who was the charming entertainer, the person who was the host on CBC, who attracted so many people to his shows, and so many people in person, it seems. And then there is the other Jian Ghomeshi that they're beginning to paint a picture of in court, and something that is not quite so nice, Suhanna.
And how many witnesses, James, are expected to give evidence?
No numbers given out in court today, but it was clear that the Crown said they would be bringing witnesses who aren't part of the actual complaint, people who could show a sort of pattern of behavior, and that might make the judge more likely to believe that this is the way that Jian Ghomeshi behaves. By the way, there was one other ruling. As I reported last hour, there were some arguments about whether some of the physical evidence, some of the documents in this case, once they're entered into evidence, would be available to the media, as they are usually in trials. The judge has ruled that we will have access to all of the evidence, Suhanna.